There's another part to Donald Trump desperately wanting to become president of the United States again that rarely gets discussed. Obviously, the biggest reason Trump wants to go back to the White House is not because he wants to improve the United States. That's never been a part of it. No. Donald Trump wants back into the White House for the sole purpose of enacting revenge upon anyone that he believes has wronged him. And of course, that part of his agenda, the revenge agenda, has been talked about at length by pretty much everyone at this point. And for the record, his allies freely admit that, hell yeah, we're going to be doing some revenge. But the one that's not talked about, the reason Trump wants back in that White House so bad, is because it was a massive financial boon to him. And even though he is not in the White House and hasn't been for 4 years now, he is still experiencing a massive financial windfall due to the fact that he was the president and he wants to be the president again. According to a new analysis from the New York Times, in just the first quarter of this year, January, February, March of 2024, Donald Trump pulled in more than $4 million from these right-wing groups and candidates hosting events at his golf resort, specifically Mar-a-Lago, to kiss his ass. There is no other way to say that. Conservative groups and conservative politicians spending millions of dollars at Mar-a-Lago just so Donald Trump knows, like, hey, I'm one of the good ones. I'm giving you lots of money. Obviously, one day you're going to, return the favor, maybe. I don't know. But let me read you this from the New York Times. The presidential race is not the only one rooted at Mar-a-Lago. A visit to the resort has become an essential right for Republican candidates. Since 2021, more than 60 Republicans in or running for Congress or state office have spent money at Mar-a-Lago, most on fundraisers. Their ultimate objective? Securing an endorsement or a surprise appearance from Mr. Trump. According to federal and state campaign finance filings through the first quarter of 2024, more than $4.7 million has been spent on the property by candidates and political committees since Mr. Trump left the White House and made Mar-a-Lago his permanent residence. Mr. Trump's campaign and super PACs supporting it make up about a quarter of that total. Okay, so I misspoke. It wasn't just in the first 3 quarters of the year. That was the latest for reporting. So it was from 2021 through March of 2024. So just to clear that up. 44 Republican elected officials or candidates had events there for the 2022 or 2024 election so far. 34 have gotten his endorsement. In other words, if you want to make Trump happy, if you want to get a special favor, if you want to get an endorsement, what do you have to do? You got to open up your wallet and head on down to Mar-a-Lago. Or if it's the summer months, you got to head up to Bedminster. Because that's where he goes in the summer. He comes to Mar-a-Lago for the winter. So that's what this is about. If Donald Trump, following his departure from office in 2021, if he had not remained politically active, these Republicans would not be traveling to Mar-a-Lago and spending millions of dollars. But because they are, because he is, he gets to keep raking in the dough. That's why Donald Trump never went away, because he knew that this is a massive payday. And another thing that this report points out, which I found super interesting, was that Donald Trump has apparently upped the price of membership for Mar-a-Lago. Prior to coming to office in 2016, a yearly membership to Mar-a-Lago was $100,000. More than most people could afford, but still slightly low enough to where even moderately rich people could afford it. But that's a thing of the past. A yearly membership at Mar-a-Lago these days is going to cost you $600,000, which I do believe was done, 1, because Donald Trump's a greedy bastard, but 2, because you got to keep the riffraff out. You got to keep out the people who might have enough money to pay $100,000, but damn sure couldn't afford to spend $600,000. You only want the ultra wealthy at your golf course, not the people that show up at your rally. God, no. We don't want them to pool their money, get $100,000, and suddenly we have to see them by the pool every day. Screw that. So I think that's a reason why he did that. But here's the thing. It's not just these Republican groups. It's not just candidates. It's not just right-wing organizations that have figured out how to get on Trump's good side. When he was president, Saudi Arabia, the government, the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, would routinely rent out and pay in advance for giant blocks of rooms at Trump's former hotel right there in D.C., which of course he no longer owns. Then they just wouldn't show up. So they were literally using that hotel to just funnel money into Trump's pockets. And of course, Middle East got everything they wanted, or Saudi Arabia got everything they wanted while Donald Trump was in office, because they were literally just pouring money in there and never taking anything of value in return in terms of the hotel rooms. Viktor Orban, right? The authoritarian leader. He loves visiting Donald Trump at his golf resorts. Every foreign leader, good and bad, knows how to get on Donald Trump's good side and get whatever the hell they want. All you got to do is go spend a couple $100,000 at one of his resorts or hotels and you're in. And that is just one of so many reasons why this man is so dangerous, because any foreign leader out there can buy him off relatively cheaply and then get whatever the hell they want in return. Hi everyone, this here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.